Hello, everyone of the internet. My name is Chris, and welcome to another episode of Visionaries of the Halo Stars, session 6, I believe. We're going to be gaming again, and I'm sure they're going to be talking about something that's going to just really be an interesting and unique experience, but, we'll see how it goes.
Working in the mines.
I'm not.
No, I just probably had my headset volume too loud when I was younger.
Ah.
All right.
When I was younger, I thought I was built different.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
Paul and Mike
hearing
Tyson.
it's slightly more difficult than it used to be.
The most boring fight I think I've ever seen.
Are we ready to begin the recap?
No.
Oh.
Send me the documents, Riley.
Okay. They're in
All right.
general.
I'm glad that one of you wants to listen to the music for the intro.
Get there.
I'm getting to it.
See if Riley's
Oh,
laptop sets itself on fire.
I'm listening to
I
my
have
music.
a laptop
the
cooler
thing
now.
about mushroom advertising. What, you don't like my answer?
No, I just... It's just funny. Alright, so... Last time on Zero... I was about to say Zero to Hero. We're not in Zero to Hero. We're in Visionaries of the Halo Stars. Last time on Visionaries of the Halo Stars, you all had the wondrous experience of finishing out the prologue. Some things that you guys did, you guys headed over and got lost in, also you guys will notice I've updated the map slightly with your new warp route. You guys got lost in Yurek 5, went around it for like a month, just chilling. And then you guys got into a ship combat, which took us like 2 hours. And then we went back to, we went to Tynella, almost ran into Tynella, and scared the piss out of the planetary governor. And then turned in the quest I'd get for what?
He didn't give us troops.
Yeah, after you almost ran into his planet.
To give
I
context,
expertly
just give
dodged.
Andrew context. Oh wait, no, you were there, Andrew, weren't you?
Yeah, I was the one that expertly dodged the
Okay.
spire.
Okay, I was just making sure because I remember you have to leave at 12, so I thought for a moment that was you right there.
Alright, you're good.
Yeah, no. You guys almost killed the planetary governor of Tynella. And yeah, that's where we finished off last time.
Average Thursday.
Well, you guys did also turn in your quest, and you guys got the list of people you need to go talk to. And Riley, in the meantime, has formed a plan that I'm sure he'll inform you at the beginning of session. However, first, let me ask you all, is there any questions before we begin?
No.
Are you excited to be back?
You know,
No.
it's been a month, guys. And we're back.
Hell yeah.
We're back.
What if Avery never comes?
No, that's fine.
That's
We'll survive.
incredibly unfortunate.
There are no further
That's
questions. I will let Riley.
Go without him.
Yeah, we'll go on without him.
Damn.
If there are no further questions. Alright, Riley. Would you like to inform everyone of your plan for today?
Alright. So I'm assuming most of us are on the bridge at the moment, other than the navigator.
Yeah, probably. You guys are just sort of chilling in Gamma Upsilon. You've sort of had your brief on what you guys want to do, roughly. Or like the people that you guys need to get and some places to go get them.
Lance, can you summon the Engine Seer Prime and Bellabrune? I need to finalize the list of candidates we'll be picking out.
As you ordain, Lord Captain. So you sort of see him go over and do the process of, summoning them, which is clearly an effort. Bellaroon's luckily already on the bridge. It's getting the Engine Seer Prime up here that takes a bit of time, because he's just sort of somewhere.
Lance, you only have to you can delegate that to another person,
They're technically my peers in terms of the authority on this ship.
Do I need to make a new position called official courier?
I didn't go get them myself. I sent
Well,
it to
yes.
the master of the
But-
books. It's been handled. They'll be. He's here now.
Bellaroon, I'm nearly finalized the list of candidates we selected. However, I do have some questions about one in particular.
Yes, Lord Captain.
I was curious about your pick for the Master of Ordnance, Arbitrator Erasmus Freed.
Seem to really struggle with that name, Lord Captain. If you wish to know why I suggested him, it is simple. The Master of Ordnance is a very key position on the vessel, yes?
Yes, of course.
They are there for keeping the weapons and fighting crew in good order. But they're not there necessarily to fire the weapons of the vessel. No, they are there to guide the weapons of the vessel. So, I, in my brilliant wisdom, recommended somebody I knew was capable well of the traits of command and knowledge of the tactical imperialis.
Well, why would you recommend, is it him or her?
For the arbitrator?
Yes.
The arbitrator, I actually have to check the name, Erasmus, is a man, is an experienced member of the Arbites. Honestly, he might not be a better pick than Nyla Shanks for the position. I had not known when I had compiled the position together for you that the first officer had already had one planned. If I had known that, I would not have put forward Mr. Freed. However, he could have value in other positions on our vessel.
What other
think-
positions do you have in mind?
I think he could work very well if you cannot get the cowardice assassin to, work as our master of whispers. They are experienced in determining things that are going on, and the arbitrator will have an inherent connection to the Inquisitor, as the Inquisitor at one point was an arbitrator.
Do you think we can get, if we were to find Caldus, the Caldus assassin, do you think he would still be an asset under her?
Yes, I see him serving well underneath the Cowardice Assassin. Though I imagine the Cowardice Assassin would work better as an asset under the Master of Ordnance, or under the Arbitrator, to be honest. The Cowardice Assassin is experienced in gathering information herself. However, a Master of Whispers does not need to do that themselves all the time. Such tasks can be delegated. Getting the Cowardice Assassin is going to be the difficult part. You'd have to call in a favor with the Inquisitor to even get them.
Of course. Alright. If that is the case, then the arbitrator shall be selected for the Master of Whispers.
We can work with that. Lord Captain,
Yes.
what of the Cyber Seer, Khalil Row 9?
I do intend to employ him under Master of Whisperers. I can't help but be curious about a member of the Adeptus Mechanicus being a candidate for the Master of Whisperers.
What
And I will
about
be
it?
discussing. It's just unusual for not usually the norm for rogue traders, such as your pick for Confessor.
I believe that the individual I selected for Confessor would serve perfectly in the role.
Are they truly knowledgeable in the Imperial Creed?
More importantly, they are knowledgeable in the creed of the Omnissiah in the Cult Mechanicum.
I do have plans for him, however, not as Confessor.
This is disappointing, Lord Captain.
I have tried to settle for would be more of a compromise position. You'll see in a moment. We'll get into it. I wanted to discuss some things. Would you be able to? Do you know who we could possibly recruit military forces from the Adeptus Mechanicus?
It would be possible to ask the Explorator Archmagos or the Fabricator General to donate some of their Skitarii forces. However, I find it highly unlikely.
If we were to pay for said forces?
Even then, unlikely. Skitarii serve the Forge World in its defense, and to serve in the Explorator fleet in assisting their mission. It is more likely you will get it from the Archmagos.
I see.
The Archmagos could see value, assuming you did missions for him from time to time, or assisted him with his
Of
own
course.
tasks, which involves exploring the expanse.
Favors do beget favors, yes. Alright, so here is the current plan for how we should be doing things. Here within Gamma Upsilon, we will be attempting to recruit the Drive Master candidate.
Do not worry, I have already called in this individual. They should be here to assume duties shortly.
Oh, perfect. We don't even have to go into negotiations.
No, I have already spoken with the Explorator Archmagos about this. He was very understanding and had the perfect man to take up the task.
I see. It is not enough to simply recruit the talent we have lost, given the dire states of the Rogue Trader dynasty. We shall be recruiting more, and there will be a set of new positions decreed by myself. We will be attempting to recruit military forces from the Adeptus Mechanicus to expand the capabilities of our current force, at least for ground operations and whatnot. This new military force will be headed by a new position, the Machine at Arms, which I intend Magos Dominia Refola 44. Which is someone we will be recruiting here at Gamma Upsilon. We will be establishing a new position, Machine of Whisperers, a subordinate position to the Master Whisperers, and essentially allow them to assist with intelligence gathering, which will be headed by the Cyberseer, Khalil Roll 9. And there will be a new position, the Electro Priest, which will handle spiritual guidance for those within the boiler room and areas under the Adeptus Mechanicus's purview, including
Lord Captain,
the
if I
regular
might
workers.
interject,
Yes.
the position you have just explained would be very akin to an already existing position under the vessel, the Drives Master, responsible for prayers overseeing the plasma drives, already is filled by a member of the Cult Mechanicum. The same
Is
for
that
the
what-
Omnisciac Congregator, another position similar to what you have just explained, already filled. I could see no purpose for an electro-priest to fill a position underneath the confessor when such positions already exist underneath my purview.
Understood. Then we shall scrap it from the list. After we are done recruiting here at Gamma Upsilon, we shall be heading over to Harclass, the territory under the... Okay, I'll do that in a minute, Ivy. So,
Thanks,
we'll
Lord
be
Captain.
visiting the territory of another rogue trader, Angui Fadem. We'll be heading over to recruit Colonel Yamalayan Maskova for our Master of Arms. And potentially introduce ourselves to the Angui Fadem Rogue Trader Dynasty. After that, we shall head to Valkyria, where we shall recruit Master of Ordnance Nuala Shanks as our Master of Ordnance. Additionally, we'll be we'll be trying to acquire soldiers to fulfill those we've lost since the mutiny, and we'll be trying to acquire prisoners from Valkyria. We'll also check in if they need any of our services. Afterwards, we will be heading to... Additionally, we'll be recruiting Commissar Caldus Titus for our chief bosun position. Following that, we'll head to Arenia to recruit Confessor Julian's Jaw as our confessor. And then we shall head over to La Etoria to recruit the arbitrator, Erasmus Freed, as our Master of Whisperers. And then finally head to Tanella and recruit our purser. Plan is subject to change in case things happen, but this will be the general plan moving forward. Also, I had an epiphany. The new title, the Machine of Whispers, shall be renamed to, or retitled. The new position will be retitled to the Whispering Machine.
Understood, Lord Captain. Adding that to my databanks now.
Are there any questions, concerns regarding the plans for the near future?
Lord Captain, what of the... Master of Whispers?
That it will be Arbitrator Erasmus Freed. We'd head to La Toria,
The other
second to last.
one I had recommended. The pet
We
of the
will
Inquisitor.
attempt to confine the Caldus assassin to work under the Master Whispers directly. However, We can't really plan that at the moment. We don't even know the Inquisitor's current location, and that'll be one of the things that we try and do here. And if we can't do it here, we'll just do it at every stop along the way until we find a lead.
Understood. Lord Captain.
Also, while we're in Valkyria, we'll be paying for repairs there for the ship.
Understood.
Also, Lance,
Yes.
I need to, for future plans that I'll eventually lay down, we need to have good relations with the governor of Farafalla. So we will need to get a apology of gift of some kind to smooth things over.
I'll see what I can do.
Whether it just be purely material value, just goods, or something personal for the real planetary governor, whatever you think is best.
I'll look into it.
Oh. There was one thing I was curious about, by the way, Lance.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a mention of a second option for the chief bosun, but nothing was listed about it.
I haven't a clue. Sorry to say.
Who made the addition to the document of the second option?
I don't know. I mean, there's a possibility that the well, Master at Arms knows someone.
Delegate the task to someone to figuring out who this possible second option is and asking around who made this addition to the candidate list I was given.
Understood. Is that all, Lord Captain?
Yes, that is all for now.
Understood. Alright, the three of them go back to their, normal duties. So, you have to start some negotiations, don't you?
I do indeed have to start quite a few negotiations. Ooh. All right. We'll be starting. Actually, we'll be starting first with the Archmagos, and we'll be contacting him to potentially purchase some military forces of the Adeptus Mechanicus for favors, money, and other things.
Yep.
Will be like the invitation to the meeting.
Alright, yeah. You form a meeting with the, with the guy. He agrees to it and comes aboard your vessel for a meeting, carrying his Omnissiah power axe and his with his mechadendrites, a symbol of his authority as an explorator.
Greetings, Archmagos. It's been some time.
It is a pleasure, Lord Captain.
I was hoping to discuss an opportunity with you for the Explorator fleet.
What do you have to propose?
We were hoping to acquire some military forces of the Adeptus Mechanicus to make an addition to our own. Of course, we will pay for the privilege and also offer some favors. Is there any need for such a favor at the moment? With a certain, do you have a certain task in mind,
Not at
or
the
set
moment.
of tasks?
I cannot say. No, not at the moment.
We are planning to eventually set up a protectorate. It'll be within some distance of Stephanelia. So. And I think it would be worthwhile for future collaboration.
For what purpose would you take troops of the Mechanicus?
Our current goal right now at the moment is the exploration of other worlds. We need to know what is out here to truly do good for the Imperium.
And how would our forces assist?
They would have some autonomy, of course. Doctrine, armament, style of command. However, they'll mostly be designed for assisting in integrated operations with my main retinue.
I cannot see easy integration of Skitarii forces.
We must... But if there were, to say, a system of integration that were to be found that works, could it not be worthwhile?
It is not impossible.
Now, of course, I don't expect it to be integrated in the best of ways at first. Part of the job is finding out how to do so. Military forces always integrate all kinds of combined arms doctrine. And I believe the Adeptus Mechanicus has its own strengths and weaknesses. Same with the Imperial Guard, Planetary Defense Forces. As with any other military force, has their own strengths and weaknesses. If we can figure out a suitable arrangement. Give me 1 second. Yeah.
And he's gone. And he's gone.
Unfortunate.
I'm back. My brother wanted to show me his Star Destroyer Lego.
Like, guys, look at my skippy toilet action figure.
Skibbity toilet, skibbity toilet, skibbity toilet.
And of course, if we do find an arrangement that works out, we'll of course inform you of how it works, and you could potentially do it with other Imperial forces for whatever objectives you see fit. Institutional knowledge is very important, after all.
There is no easy forces we could send with you. The problem is, if we were to send Skitarii Vanguard, your forces would die. For they are equipped with radiation weaponry. We could send Rangers, but they are in limited supply.
We'll work with Rangers just for now. However, we will figure out a way to make it work.
How many would you like?
Okay, Chris, can I get an estimate of what a small number of Skitarii Rangers would be?
I mean,
Ooh.
define small. I mean, yeah.
Like they'd be a relatively small amount, but enough to make some amount of impact on an operational level.
I mean, it would depend on the scale of the operation. But
let's just go over rough educated guess here.
I mean, the smallest unit they usually divide into is a maniple. That is their smallest divisional unit, which can consist of rangers, vanguard, infiltrators, ruststalkers, and they're like their armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, let's assume that this has around a company of rangers, so about 100. But it's probably more than that, honestly. Probably closer to a battalion, about 300.
Mm-hmm. A single mana pool should do. We'll be first exploring doctrine on how to integrate them with the Force, so we don't need a massive amount for now.
And who would be charged with leading these Skitarii?
I intend to recruit Magos Domina Rifola 44 for the job. Currently, negotiations have not been set yet, but that is who I intend for now.
Okay. So, Riley,
Yes.
please roll me an acquisitions test.
Not a fellowship test? Damn. I was really hoping it'd be fellowship.
Well, you're paying on your credit here as well. I'll technically classify this as a scarce and as common, but it will be major. Or no, I'll even give you company.
So available is scarce.
Available, scarce, scale, standard, craftsmanship, common.
Okay.
That can be arranged. This is assuming success in hiring the Magos Domina.
Of course. If there is anything you need in the future, do not be afraid to ask.
Understood.
What? I assume Chris, that is all. I'm assuming he takes his
He
leave.
leaves. He's gone.
He's gone. Crapper's gone. Olivier is indeed him. Anyway. Can we get in contact with this Magos Domina?
Yeah, I mean, you could. Take some time, but you managed to get a line to the Magos Domina.
Quick question. I would ask Omega this, but what is exactly her background?
Her background?
Mhm.
She is, I mean, the title of Magos Dominus, which Domina is just the feminine version of, right? It's effectively a person with the title of Magos, a very high-ranking member of the Mechanicum, that specializes in working with the Skitarii and the other battle mechs that are used, like servitors, whatnot.
Got it. Also, I just want to say, I find it fucking hilarious that the people who basically rather be a robot than considered human or anything have gendered um
I know.
gendered language for their titles.
Yeah, I know. It's like very specific titles though. Like not all of them have that.
Well, there is parts of a machine that they do call male and female. So
That's the only male and female that they really keep track of, man. Other than these titles.
Does the Imperium have USB ports?
Yeah, it's an STC.
Okay.
They haven't found the Excel STC. Otherwise, they're
just download more RAM.
Dude, if the Imperium
they need
ever
download
got
that.
their hands on Excel spreadsheets, man, dude, like the war would be over.
they'd be saved.
Imagine being 40,000 years in the future and not having Excel spreadsheet.
It was lost.
It's incredibly unfortunate, I must say.
So, you get into contact with the Magos Domina, who says that she really doesn't know who you are and has duties that she needs to worry about more so than talking to you. Omega, like, tries to get into contact and then is sort of like, she will only answer the summons of somebody higher in the Forge world. Her charge is over one of the macrolades of the Forge world.
I see. Is there anyone else you know, Omega, other than the Archmagos, who would have higher authority to be able to do such?
The Fabricator General. I do not. I may be a very experienced member of the Macrotech of the Divisio Fabricator, but commonly, amongst the Cult Mechanicum, the Divisio Fabricator is seen as the lowest of the Divisios.
I see. Send a Vox message to the Fabricator General and ask if he could arrange a meeting with the Magos Domina.
Ooh, roll fellowship.
Okay, so quick question, Chris. The Fabricator General respects, my warrants, correct?
Yes.
Well, okay. Awesome. All right. So, I have a plus 20 on this roll. What's the difficulty?
What are the options? Let me just look this.
I think that it's challenging is plus 0.
Let's say it's a plus 10.
Plus 10.
Let me
Okay.
pull up the chart. I think I have that chart in
So,
mind.
I'm talking for difficulty,
Yeah,
not the other bonuses.
test difficulty. Yeah, I'd say it's no, I'd say challenging. Plus 0. So
Okay. I just have a plus 20.
so high. Yeah, he out of respect for your position, the Fabricator General agrees to a meeting or organize a meeting with the Magos Domina. She has agreed to come aboard your vessel for a short period.
Okay. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm gonna try to speed run this so we can get moving. So she arrives.
Yep, she arrives. She has got 2 Skitari guards. They have their radium carbines, so it seems that she does not have any regard for your life, or doesn't realize that you're human and forgets the fact that radium carbines hurt humans when used in
I'm
shock.
just not gonna bring that up.
Well, if she doesn't ever use them, it should be fine.
Magos, Domina, Rafola, 44. Greetings. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Olivier von Wythalian of the Rogue Trader Dynasty, of the von Wythalian Rogue Trader Dynasty.
The 1 second. The rogue trader speaks with me. Why? I do not
Yes.
understand.
We have planned I have talked with the Archmagos, and we have made arrangements for a plan to essentially have a part of the recruit part of the Adeptus Mechanicus military force aboard my ship. And we were hoping you would be able to lead such a thing.
How many Scutari would I be charged with?
It will be a single magpul for now. However, as we begin to find ways to actually integrate the Scutari in operations in combined operations, we will presumably increase that number. As well with possibly heavier equipment.
That is quite a large amount of Scutari. That seems reasonable, especially if I take a more active form of command.
Of course. There's only one magpul for now.
Do you realize you're misleading her?
In what way, Chris? Because I know I made it sound like this whole thing's already a done deal.
That's not the part I'm curious about. If you recognize that you're deceiving her about, it's not a full maniple. It's just one part of a maniple.
We currently do not have we will not be having the heavy equipment as of yet for the maniple.
What equipment will you have, Lord Captain? I wish to know.
We will currently have Scutari Rangers, as well as Death Servitors and other combat servitors of some kind.
Your vessel has combat servitors. To supplement Rangers.
Yes.
It is not exactly an effective fighting force. For many engagements, it is a limited scope. There is no armor in such a force.
The initial scope of the force will be generally smaller. The goal is to help assist the main retinue.
And who would I be working under?
Currently, you'd be working under the acting Master at Arms. However, we are currently we'll be getting a new Master at Arms soon, Colonel Yemalayan Maskalov. Chris, what do I know about what do I know about Colonel Yemalayan Maskalov?
He's a Valhallan ice warrior. On the currently working, signed to the planet of Data in Harkless.
He is a Valhallan ice fighter.
I have heard rumor that the Valhallans make great use of artillery. This is acceptable.
Once we can establish suitable methods to collaborate with the main retinue, the scope will expand as well with the arsenal, equipment, and manpower.
Understood. I accept If this is being put together by the Explorator Archmagos, and he has agreed, we can agree.
Your title on the ship will be the Machine at Arms.
Understood. I will prepare everything. I will now leave.
Pleasure meeting you.
And she leaves. She does not say the same. All right. So, you receive the roughly 300 Skutari Rangers and the Magos Domina as part of your crew.
All right. Other than that, Chris, we're just gonna wait for the Drive Master, and then.
You're not going to get the Cyberseer?
Oh, we got another interview.
You could always just try and requisition him. Instead of trying to convince him, you could just try and acquisition him.
Okay. Who is the Cyberseer under?
He falls under the Forge or the
Fabricator General.
Fabricator General, the Forge role. So, by proxy.
All right. All right. So, okay, we'll contact him and attempt to requisition him in exchange not only for materials, wealth, and whatever else we have on hand, but also with the promise of a future favor of any kind.
Okay. So you're going to do an acquisitions chest. He's considered a rare person, negligible because it's a single man, and in terms of scale and craftsmanship, good. I guess, because... No, I'll just say common. There's no point to include craftsmanship.
What's the availability again?
It is considered rare.
Rare. Okay.
Rare, negligible, common.
Common. Any other bonuses for the for whatever?
I'll give you
we're
another
offering
+10.
for this man? All right.
You're gonna owe a lot of favors to people.
Oh.
You cannot secure the Cyberseer, at least not now. The Fabricator General says that he's already offering you a lot with the, well, you know, Magos Domina and Skutari.
The Skutari was under the Archmagos.
Still,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
perhaps a different
Right.
time.
We shall come more prepared next time with
Offers.
offers.
Understood. So, it's time. Going to Heart Class.
Yes.
So, warp travel, guys. Are y'all ready for some warp travel?
I didn't finish the warp navigation
my
notes, but
God.
I have the rules pulled up if you need it. Also, if you're wondering, Andrew, we basically never had warp travel gone very well at all.
He was here last time.
I've noticed.
Okay. I have
There's
to
more
do,
than just
I
last
have
time.
to do my rolls without the Astronomicon every
You
single
have the
time.
light. You have the light with the Astronomicon. In fact, you'll
This
have the light of
time.
the Astronomicon for this entire session.
Ah,
Speaking of,
what's my rolls then?
Yep.
Let's go.
we also have the bonuses from the new rules.
Yeah.
So, these are white warp roots, so you have a +90 to or +70 to a lot of things here.
Woohoo.
First step is not one of those things.
Serotonin.
So first,
Serotonin.
I need you to make me a navigation warp test. This is just to determine the length of the journey.
Okay. Modifiers.
None. Yeah. It'll be about a 10-day journey to Heart Class. The next thing you do is we're gonna locate the Astronomicon. You can actually do that this time. Let's go.
Bro, watch her fail. Watch her fail.
All you have to do is find it. It's not that hard. Just find it.
So,
Bro, you can't even see it with your eyes.
That's mighty unfortunate.
now you are going to make a awareness test with a +10. Damn.
Damn.
That was with the +10.
Damn.
You cannot find the Astronomicon.
You have better chances of finding it outside of the fucking.
No, you can't find it
Whatever,
outside the
man.
light. Awareness +10 and you still failed? That's wild. What's your awareness? Let me look at this.
Your awareness is a 27.
I think.
Bro's never finding that shit again.
Oh, it's
Bro,
you're not trained in it.
you're not trained in awareness?
Maybe you should
Did I not
spend.
do that?
Apparently not.
You should probably spend some XP to become a trained in awareness.
Okay, how much is awareness then?
I don't know. It's in. You gotta go find it in the handbook.
I'll pull it up real quick. I have the handbook.
Yeah.
up
Well, it's
right now.
unfortunately too late for this one, but you
Too
know.
late for this one, but you know, like.
All right. In rare
No
cases
one-
that the last of the Astronomicon cannot be found by the navigator. Oh.
Yeah, Lance is definitely gonna hear a rant about the navigator, from Olivier.
Now we're gonna chart the course. It's a -60, but it's also +70 because so it's an overall +10 for navigation warp because you're traveling along.
Is this Psychona?
No, it's a navigation warp.
No, I'm trying to find the thing where you put the level up.
Oh, it's in a
Oh, that's
journal.
balance.
It's in talents.
Oh no, journal's correct.
I was right.
But you would write it down in talents.
Yeah.
Are we okay? I have a genuine question. Have we ever found the light of the Astronomicon
Once,
since starting this game? Once? Okay.
maybe twice. Look, I don't make that any harder. It's just how it is.
Awareness is it costs 100 XP.
I'm
Can-
looking at my numbers right now. How much total XP were we supposed to have?
Total XP you should have around
should be
currently
5,500.
500. Yeah, 5,500.
So in talents, it should say 5,500 for your current XP. Or not
Character
talents,
start was 4,500, so you really only have 1,000 to spend, and 500 it should already be spent on something.
Yeah. So you should have 500. It should be. Let me just look at your thing. Oh, you just raised your intelligence. You have no XP to
That's-
spend. Tragic.
No, but the thing is,
Wow.
it's 250, 250, 100, 100. I don't know where the
100.
wouldn't I have an extra 300 left?
You might have just. It's because you. I think you have all these extra ones with XP values.
But those are at 0.
I'm gonna try deleting that.
I don't know. Send a picture screenshot, and I can solve it. If I can see the character advancement list.
I'm trying to fix it by retyping and everything. Alright, apparently you have 650 XP to spend. Doing the math. That's not right.
Yeah, that's not right either.
You should
I
have
should have like 300.
300 to spend, yes. I'm just gonna redo this. Alright, let me Navigator 1, Perception, Intelligence, cool.
Bro, I'm really questioning the whether the Ashran household actually sent their best.
Okay, it's not my fault that the sheet is dying. She doesn't know how to do math.
It is your fault that we can't find the light of the Astronomicon in this case.
There we go. Fixed it. Except this
Now I have
one.
double intelligence simple. Thank you.
Alright. Yeah, you should have 300 XP to spend now.
Oh, I'm gonna do awareness then.
Well, you can do that in a minute. We have to continue the game. It's 100. I just added as a trained skill.
Okay.
Awareness is so
There we
useful
go.
too. I'm surprised you didn't have that already.
I could have sworn I did.
Apparently not. I would double check, but
Oh,
let us begin.
okay.
So
Okay.
let's continue with where we are. You need to make me a
Can
charting course.
I roll a fate point on that?
No,
Why?
because you just bought the skill, so it would be cheating.
Okay.
Sorry, if you did it without the skill benefit, maybe, but since you already paid for the skill, no.
Okay, now what? Oh, now what?
I'm finding where we are at next. All right, steering the vessel. Or no, charting the course. Riley, you don't have the rules written down for this. You failed me.
Yes, I do not.
I can't hear you.
Yes, I don't, but I do have the rules put up right here. It's an ordinary plus 10 perception test.
All right, make me a... Let me see if I have any modifiers.
The results are kept secret.
Yep. You have a plus 70 to this plus 10. So you have a plus 80 to this
For
perception test. Perception.
plus 80?
Plus 80.
Thank God, there's no way for her to fail that one.
Yep.
I would have failed it just for you, baby.
All right, and now you need to make me a plus 10 navigation warp test for steering the vessel. Ooh.
1.
Well,
my
we
first
still
one.
are spending 10. We're still spending 10 days in the warp, guys. Guess what that means? Guess what that means?
What?
You know what that means?
Wait a second, hold on. It should be reduced by like a quarter of the duration set.
No, she failed her location of the Astronomicon test, so
Oh, that's what does that? I thought it was
Yeah.
the steering part.
no.
Yeah, but I
it's-
got charting of the course. Charting of the course is the... How long it should take, right?
No, unfortunately not. At least based off of the rules that are in the book. It says that I'm going to look at this, and if I'm wrong.
It says in the rules, it is the base time is set by the game master and then modified by how well the navigator steers the course of his craft.
Okay, then yeah,
So,
we'll get there in...
that's in stage 4 actually.
Is it a part of stage 4?
Yeah, that's stage 4.
All right, then you make it there in 2 days instead of 1, or instead of 10. And last but not least, exiting the warp. You have a plus 20 to your perception test, which is normally a minus 10, so you have a plus 10 perception test. Will we exit the warp safely?
No, never do.
We did.
Hey, we did.
We exited at a safe distance from planetary bodies.
Oh great! Thank God I
Yippee.
don't have a planetary governor mad at me.
Not just a planetary governor, a rogue trader.
Or traitor.
So when you enter the system, you see on the auger array in the very, very far distance signs of a battle happening, likely between the rogue trader and his fleet and the forces of chaos, is what you'd assume, since we're very close to a warp storm here, right? And two chaos-controlled worlds. Interesting. And you can sort of do a quick scan of the system and see the world that you're likely supposed to go to is this one very cold-looking world at the bounds of the system. There are several other worlds that are being exploited for resources to support the main planet, but for plasteel and stuff like that. No big settlements outside of the main hive world.
So did you say there were signs of a battle, or currently a battle going on?
You could see on the auger arrays several vessels that appear to be duking it out in the far distances on the opposite side of the system from where you currently are.
Woodmaster, how long would it take us to join the battle?
It'll likely. Oh, you're asking him?
Yeah.
Roll me navigation stellar, Mr. Zaalus. Ordinary.
Okay. Damn, I actually have to do something. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I know you're.
Damn, you have to actually roll. You can't just
Yeah.
goon this whole time.
Grr, grr. All right, what am I
Like the
rolling?
Dark
Navigation
Eldar.
stellar.
Navigation stellar. All right, where is
Ordinary.
this shit?
It's in your skill. It's in the bottom part of your skill tree.
Oh, is it? Navigation stellar. All right. Give me a little roll. So just no modifier.
No modifier. It's ordinary, so +0.
Okay.
Or ordinary +10. So actually, you did even better. 5 degrees of success. So you could probably get there in a day. Probably 2.
That's easy.
More than likely, the battle will be over by then. But you could join for posterity's sake.
I mean, that's up to you guys, bro. I just drive the boat. I just drive the boat. Y'all tell me where to go.
Well, you have to tell the Lord Captain to answer his question.
Lord Captain, we should be able to make it in a day, maybe 2 at the most.
All right. We likely won't make it in time, but in an effort to at least, start off on the right footing, we shall head in their direction and say we're on our way to assist.
All
Very
right.
good.
So you send out. Are you sending this via astropath or via? What's it called?
We're gonna send this by Vox because astropath communication is probably not completely safe at the moment.
Wise. If that is a chaos fleet that they're attacking. Wise. So you send this message via Vox. It'll take a while to get there, but you send this message via Vox, and you begin heading in the direction of the combat. Your augurs show that when you're about an hour or so out, they're cleaning up the last of the chaos vessels. There have been damages on the side of the Imperial fleet. In total, it looked like there was about 8 chaos vessels and about 12 Imperial vessels, including a battle cruiser that seems to be the head of the fleet of the Imperial forces, and there were several 3 light cruisers and 3 light cruisers and 5 escort class vessels on the side of Chaos. Escort would be like frigates and stuff.
Yeah, we're still gonna try and make it to help with the cleanup.
All right, yeah. So by the time you guys make it there, an hour later, the battle is over. You get off maybe one volley on the last vessel. It doesn't do anything. It's hit by a lance weapon before your volley hits, but it does hit it in the end, leaving the vessels in a state of disrepair. Some of them completely destroyed, others, void wreckage. A Vox is sent over to your vessel, requesting a meeting with you. It appears that the Lord Captain himself has requested this meeting of the Angui Fidem dynasty.
You're telling me the rogue trader, or the Lord Captain?
It's the other him.
Yeah, the rogue trader has requested this meeting.
On their ship or my ship?
Their ship. Their ship's much bigger.
Alright, I'm gonna summon Gyros, Bear, and Bear will be force showered, and I'm gonna request the Void Master to join along with me for this meeting. And Lance.
And Lance, okay.
We'll keep the Navigator on.
She's not cool enough to come, is what you're saying?
No, but if they know our background on how we're not really poor. We're poor by rogue trader standards, and we don't have a lot of influence. So
He's trying to play it up.
They can hold our navigator hostage, and then they can extort us.
They could.
Oh, he's protecting me. I'm gonna be in the Princess Tower.
They could, and I don't know anything about this rogue trader dynasty, so.
I mean, they have a reputation. Generally positive.
Are you gonna bring Lance with you?
Yeah, Lance.
It's generally positive. Yeah, we're taking Lance.
Damn, guess I can't have tea with Lance.
Yeah, sorry. Can't help you there.
Maybe I'll pick some other fortunate person to have tea with. That's not Bear or the Xenos scum.
I mean, I'm always here.
So the battle cruiser class specifically.
You know what? Yeah, I'll have tea with you.
The Void Master's coming with me.
Oh.
Well.
The helmsman's coming with you?
Yes, because we're using him to kind of play it up that he looks like a proper officer.
Guess I can't go to tea time. I'll just have to do tea time by myself.
It's incredibly unfortunate.
This specific class of battlecruiser is an Armageddon class. They're made out of like reconstructed lunar class cruisers. Likely this was a lunar class vessel at one point, but made even more impressive.
I'm just informing everyone, we're a strike frigate, so we're a small fry compared to this thing.
Yeah, this thing is 5 kilometers long. How long is your vessel?
Oh wow.
Not 5 kilometers long.
It's about 1.8 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, around 1.8. So it's like 5 times the size.
About 2.5 times the size, roughly. If I did that math right. So you all take an Arvis lighter over to the vessel, and you see these very opulent cathedral-like rooms as you enter. There's a very clear, like a lot of candles. There's a smell of incense across the ship. This is a very faithful-looking vessel, Looks very dogmatic, like it very imposing the Imperial creed.
In this league, expectations are high, so you gotta put in the work. That's why I soak and.
And you are led along by this officer, military officer, into the bounds of this grand dining room. Clearly smaller than their grandest dining room, perhaps, but still very ornate. Chandeliers, gold inlaid everywhere, symbols of the emperor. Very beautiful, very beautiful. Much nicer than your dining room. What you do know about this dynasty is that it has a positive reputation of being very religious. For them, this is a crusade. The reason that they are rogue traders, their dynasty, right? It is a great crusade against the forces of chaos to reestablish the Imperium and its borders to its rightful place, right?
Do they have a what's their reputation amongst relations with other rogue traders?
Oh, they do not get along with Marchand.
Okay.
Marchand is the opposite in many ways.
Profit.
Yes, exactly. Or at least he was. Now he's a little erratic. He's more invested in hunting Xenos and going on pleasure worlds and not really doing much productive anymore. But his dynasty is still very powerful.
Speak for yourself, man. Those are all proper rogue trader things to do.
In any case, he is the exact opposite of the rogue trader here, of which might wish to know his name, which of course you would know for all intents and purposes, right? You would know the main players. This is Lord Captain Cesar de Anguifidem of the Anguifidem household.
Can you write that down? The name.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As you enter into this dining hall, you see this man adorned in fineries, but also the garb of an officer. Just a very, very it's like Lance's uniform, but if you added all the gold and all the medals and everything, right?
All the pretties.
Yeah, if you made Lance look professional, and also gave him a big ass Xeno fur coat, that would be what he's sort of dressed like, right?
It's rocking the
Olivier also has a Xeno fur coat.
Of course, you gotta have a Xeno fur coat. It's a symbol.
Bro, okay, hear me out. Olivier, you need that coat. You need that Xeno's pimp coat.
I already
You need it.
I already have a Xeno fur coat.
You do? Does he have a Xeno's pimp coat?
I'm wearing.
Chris?
Okay, you know what, Chris? I'm wearing it right now.
I mean, it's a kind of one in comparison to the one that he sees. You know, this was clearly well maintained, well crafted from a fine Xenos beast. Draped.
Damn.
I don't know what's fine about something like that.
Well, he's saying it's kind of he's comparing Olivier has a fox
And he's got
versus
mink.
a tiger, you
or
know?
mink. Yeah.
Mink versus a tiger.
I
Like,
suppose.
Tiger.
I'm just trying not to get showed up too much.
Only good
That I already
Xenos
have.
is a dead Xenos, or one that is.
Well, that's the thing. It is a dead Xenos, so we just skin it.
That's understandable.
It's a symbol of power in many ways, right? Wealth. And he's sort of sitting there. He's got a glass of wine in front of him, and when you enter, he stands. The man is this lighter-skinned, paler individual, slightly graying hair, but originally clearly this blackish tone with these green eyes that sort of stare through your soul, right? This beard that sort of goes down his face, well kept, and this mustache that sort of links up with it well. A very common like goatee, but with like the actual like sides. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a very well maintained, well manicured man.
Ripped out individual.
Yes. At his hip is clearly a power sword. Every
Is it better
good
than
officer has their sword. Well, you have a best. Yours is just common craftsmanship, isn't it?
Yeah, mine's just common.
Yes,
Have
his is a best craftsmanship sword. And
Man, I'm getting
the
showed
hilt,
up literally every metric possible.
the hilt of his blade is this like
You're not him anymore.
this very beautiful like draconic symbol, very similar to that of his house's symbol that you have seen plastered across the vessel. And the other one a inferno pistol. So instead of a plasma pistol, he's a melta pistol, basically. And that is also in an ornate, engraved with liturgies in High Gothic. And the man next to him, to describe him, is this very old-looking naval officer, right? Kind of like the opposite of Lance in terms of like, he looks very distinguished. He's wearing his hat. He's got this beard that very similar to the Lord Captain's in many ways, well within the Navy standard. His rank shows that he at one point was an admiral of title, whereas so he outranked Lance. He's also his seneschal, like the man at his
Okay,
side,
damn. Okay,
is
but does he
stancing up
fuck
Lance.
more than Lance? Does he
Prob-
fuck more than Lance?
Probably not, but he looks
Damn.
old, like, and he's got one eye that's been
Then Lance
replaced
is
by
still better.
mechanics. He kind of looks like a Abelard, but not like, not a perfect one for one.
Old Ballard.
Abelard is old.
But older.
He just, yeah. Olivier, what do? You're sort of being stanced on. It is customary for the man of lower authority to speak first.
I see. Greetings, Lord Captain Cesar de Anguifidem. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It is always a pleasure to meet with the children of the Emperor, fellow road traders. I cannot always say that we are perfect matches of one another, but you and I might get along. I surely hope we do.
I believe we have aligned goals.
I appreciate your attempts to come to my aid, though you arrived a bit late to the battle. By the time you had gotten off a volley, one of my firestorms had already fired its lance. The unfortunate nature of travel.
We did what we could to get in here in time.
Yes.
I must say, though, the results of the battle was quite impressive, given what of your forces remain and what remains of the archenemy.
Yes. Only one of my vessels has been reduced to, Hulk status. It is unfortunate, but they died serving the Emperor.
And died fighting the archenemy.
Yes. It is the ultimate cause we can ask for.
I apologize.
Oh.
I have forgot to introduce myself.
Yes.
I am Lord Captain Olivier von Wythalian of the von Wythalian Rogue Trader Dynasty. We have recently arrived to the Halo Stars.
I had heard word that a new rogue trader had entered the sphere. I did not know it was from a line as distinguished as the von Wythalians. Truly great servants of the Emperor who track back to the Great Crusade. I had heard what happened to your mother. I'll grant you my condolences.
It is a shame indeed. However, the Emperor's work remains to be done.
Yes. I have yet to introduce myself. Though you already know me, it is proper, and good, and right. I am Lord Captain César de Anguifidem, of the great Anguifidem dynasty, esteemed for our great crusade that we uptake against the archenemy, with the goal of reasserting our authority over all the worlds that had once belonged to the Imperium. Next to me is my seneschal, Lincoln Gallagher, once a admiral of the Navy. I had brought him to my side, for I have known him to be great and good in his duty, once a great admiral of Battlefleet Vicarian. Might you introduce the people you bring with you, Lord Captain Olivier?
Of course. To my right here is my seneschal. Chris, what rank was he was an
Commodore
adjutant,
Captain.
right?
Commodore Captain.
Commodore Captain Lance
Boucher.
Boucher. To my left here is my personal astropath, Gyros Castivici. To the left of him is my void master, Zaalus von Cage. And the armed man behind me simply goes by the name Bear and is my personal bodyguard.
It is not uncommon for individuals that are found as diamonds in the rough to have single names. You, Bear, do you serve the Emperor well?
Bear's just gonna look at Olivier.
Olivier's gonna give him a harsh look. And I just want to say before this meeting, Olivier did say, act like a normal human being. And answer every question. Politely. Even more polite than you talk to me.
Yeah, he had just 2 baths before this.
We
He was
Bear
bathed.
looks like, yeah, Bear looks back at him and he just like nods and just yes.
You must excuse him. He is a man of few words. He hails from a deaf world, so talk is something he is less inclined about.
Death Worlders serve the Imperium well. It is the Catachan jungle warriors who know not fear in the face of battle, for they have faced up against far worse on their homeworld than the arch enemy can ever throw at them. I myself am partial to different warriors of the Imperium, but Death Worlders are certainly ones that can be trusted to know what is right on the field of battle.
He has served me well so far, and has served the God Emperor quite well.
I recognize the uniforms of your other 2 servants. The Astropath you had mentioned, and your Void Master. One was of Guard and the other of Navy. Tell me about yourself, Astropath. I am curious to hear your tale. How did one such as you end up in the Guard? It is not often that those soul-bound to the Emperor serve on the front lines of battle. They are commonly kept within the bounds of a vessel of the warp, or in the thrones of a planetary governor's palace, as a part of a choir.
Olivier is gonna crack a smile when he asks this question.
Well, after my training, I served most of my life at Leviathan 4, the Fortress World.
Yes, I am familiar. It is impressive your service to the Emperor, Astropath. Though you may not see as me and your Lord Captain, or any of those around us, it is you all who allow us to communicate. Though one must fear the witch, one must also respect it.
Gyros, may you tell the tale of your recent posting before you became a member of my crew?
Ah, shit, what planet was it?
Noctis, I think. Right, Brandon?
Noctis?
Noctis, yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I'm starting to wish he did bring Nyrene just to see this guy's reaction. I feel it would be particularly amusing.
Yeah, but you see, I currently would like good relations with this man.
Yeah, you could just offer Nyrene up as like a, hey, do you want to do a spot of hunting? You know?
The great game.
Yeah, you know.
Uh, I doubt. I think he's one of the more get it done religious types.
But it would be funny.
Well, Narene's not here, so
Rip.
Unfortunate.
Astropath. Your Lord Captain beckoned you to speak.
What was your question again?
will you please inform the Lord Captain Salazar of your recent posting before we
Yes.
recruited you into your ship?
So, I was carrying out a task on the Death World Noctis before they recruited me there shortly after. And we also ran into Bear there.
It is the same planet we recruited Bear from.
Yes. And what about you, Voidmaster? What is your story?
It is not quite as I would say entertaining as the other members of the crew. I simply steer whatever vessel I'm assigned and ask no questions. I have served aboard many vessels, fleets of all calibers. It's rather mundane, to be honest.
Is there anywhere in particular of interest that you have served that I might know of? A vessel or a location, a fleet?
Let me think. Yeah, Brad, absolutely zero idea.
Remember, you grew up on Battlefleet Nachmund.
It's so true. It is so true. Let me.
That's a pretty prestigious position.
Oh yeah, he has an entire
The Knockman's
backstory.
Galley.
You forgot.
Hey, the Knockman Gauntlet is a very, very prestigious posting.
Well, not necessarily prestigious, just very dangerous.
Well, yeah, but comes with it is it. That's why it's regarded as prestigious, because it's
Yeah.
regarded as dangerous.
It's well known.
Yes.
Well known.
Gotcha. I was not quite aware of that. Yes. It's okay.
Just to give you
Okay.
context, the Nockmund or the Nockmund Gambit or the Nockmund Gauntlet is the only main line of transportation between one half of the Imperium and the other half of the Imperium.
And is
Everything else
constantly
is
under
covered.
assault by Chaos and
Oh,
the
you
orcs.
worked for Lance worked.
Yeah, he worked for Lance at one point. That's how he got hired.
Let's see
Let me
here.
put
I
it this
just
way:
have
this
to-
is one of the most vital corridors inside the entire Imperium. Because, if we lose it, the Imperium is cut in half.
It pretty much already is cut in half, but it's even more cut in half.
So the what's the fleet called? Just the
Battlefleet
Nockmund
Nockmund.
fucking- Okay.
Each sector has a battle fleet. In quotation marks. Like Battlefleet
Gotcha.
Gothic or Battlefleet Cadia.
Understood. Let me think of a not stupid way to put this. Yeah, a moment.
Of course.
Just have to be big brain. Lord Captain, there's one fleet that may interest you. It's rather notorious for one reason or another. The reason I was actually assigned to this fleet is because I worked with a fellow who also served with me aboard the Battlefleet Nockmund.
That is a distinguished post. Servants on the Battlefleet Nockmund hold one of the greatest and most important duties of all navalmen. Your experience will serve you well in the Expanse, for while the immediate vicinity is less stable, what you lose with stability, you gain in security from the archenemy, though they always are lurking.
Indeed, they are.
My territory lies on the precipice of one of the many warp storms that harass the Expanse. In the south, the west, and the north. Now,
If I
continue.
may ask, Lord Captain, why choose this particular region of space out of any of the other, I guess, expanses or anything of the sort? Why come so close to the edge of, I guess, Imperium space to?
It is the sacred duty of all rogue traders to push the edges of the Imperium out, to push the boundaries of humanity forward. And I believe this sacred task is one of the most important that is possible in the Imperium. It is why I do it with faith and duty and dedication. My family, who settled here before I, over 200 years ago, has made their place, and now I continue to push the bounds of my land. Just recently, I conquered the system of Vamangolia, established a colony, and am forging it into a new shrine world for the Imperium. To forge the faithful.
It's a rather noble quest, Lord Captain.
It is the quest of every rogue trader. It is only a matter if they choose to accept it with grace and honor. Now, I believe We can share more pleasantries over a meal. 9 courses.
Of course, that sounds wonderful, Lord Captain.
Bear now looks more interested.
Damn. Nephinae's missing
They're
out.
like just
This is
perks up
actually
more.
sad.
Would you mind if I were to invite another for this dinner?
I would not at all, assuming as it is another esteemed member of your crew, such as
Oh
those
yes,
here.
indeed.
The
Is my
janitor.
navigator.
Oh. Yes.
I was concerned to bring her. I wanted to confirm your character.
It is smart to be wary, especially unknowing the other players in the Expanse.
We'll have an arc ladder sent. Give me one moment.
Alright.
Ready to go.
Nephinae, you are invited to a 9-course meal.
Fuck yeah. Bro, we're gonna have not the 200 throne wine, we're gonna have the 1000 throne wine.
I think
Bro.
it's only 1,000 thrones.
10,000.
So,
I might be underballing this guy.
Eventually-
$1 million.
eventually the Lady
A
Navigator
small loan
enters.
of 1,000,000 thrones.
Yes.
I mean, that's the funny thing is, I can actually say that line because that is actually
know.
a lot of thrones for me.
The Lady Navigator enters. The Lord Captain on the far side of the table rises from his seat.
So does Olivier.
And I'll sit down because I hate women.
You work very closely
Bro, are
with
you
her.
Chris?
You can't hate her. You literally depend on her,
Oh.
and she depends on you to do stuff with this vessel.
Yep. And that is why I'm allowed to hate her, because at the end of the day, I can still talk my shit, and she still has to do, or she still has to work with me. So I go hee ha at her. I don't know.
It is a symbiotic relationship.
I'm trying to figure out if this is like the brother-sister dynamic, or is this just genuinely two people who hate each other, just working each other out, just working together, you know?
I'm
I don't
hoping
know
for the
if
former.
it's
I'm hoping it's the former. Well, we'll find out.
yeah. No, I'm not here like out there to like exact your demise or nothing.
He's not a professional hater yet.
Yeah,
He's
not
even a
yet.
professional hater.
He's a casual hater.
He's not
Yeah,
competitive
man. He's
yet.
no. He doesn't do ranked. Hating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not yet.
So
Once
the
I-
Lady
once I get a
Navigator
taste of that-
enters. Not to
million
interrupt.
throne, fucking
Million Throne
We're
wine.
interrupted. Sorry.
yummy.
The Lady Navigator enters. There's a very
No.
distinguished man across the table. I've already described him. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah. So Nephinae sees this man, like she enters the room, and she kind of gives this respectful bow to this man, because
More respectful than she's ever been to Olivier.
well, yeah, this is a fancy ass ship,
Much nicer.
and if she does not give the proper respect, Olivier is gonna be pissed, even
It is
more
a
so at her.
pleasure, Lady Navigator.
It is a pleasure, my Lord Captain.
You are free to join us for the meal.
Nephinae nods and takes her seat.
Alright, you all enjoy a very nice 9-course meal. Sharing pleasantries, light chatting, stuff like that.
Can you describe this meal in detail, just for Bear? Like compare it to the food
Probably the
he's used to
nicest thing
having.
Bear's ever eaten in a while.
Yeah,
In a while, ever.
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 There's these fine like rock steaks cut from the greatest of groxes. These fine like veggies sourced from only the finest that are made in the agri worlds of the expanse. This wine that tastes like, I don't know. I'm really bad about describing wine, but a very, very like clearly expensive, very good tasting, palatable like Chardonnay, basically.
Oh, so we're having red wine. Okay,
Red wine.
okay.
Yes, not white wine. Red wine.
No,
Well,
this
red
man,
wine will go better with steak.
this man is definitely a red wine type of guy.
Well, you gotta pair it with your meals,
These
course.
very finely created like slices of cake. It's a nice like golden hue to the cake itself, with this very nice cocoa frosting. Very well maintained. A tiramisu as well. Several
Fuck yeah.
several other smaller courses provided. Veggies, soups, everything. Very, very fine meal. This is the best Olivier's ate since he was young, probably. It's before his dynasty fell apart.
Yeah, before the dynasty kind of collapsed.
There
on
was
its
him
own.
home.
And it's clear that this guy's like not really showing up or anything. Like this is a pretty casual meal for him in terms of like taste. For him, he might even think this is a very casual, very relaxed introduction meal.
Oh yeah, no. Hey man, I at least got to show up in the one thing I can, and that was skilled personnel. 2 people from the Noctmun Gambit, or Noctmun Gauntlet, and 2 people from a Death World.
One's from a Death World, one's an astropath that worked on a Death World.
I mean, that's okay, yes, but that's still pretty
Yes, he wanted to show off how skilled your retinue was, assuming that he probably doesn't have the same, but he doesn't need to show it off. So.
Well, yeah, he doesn't. But I at least had a saving grace, all right, and these showing off business, all right.
Yeah. And you all enjoy this meal, and as it comes to a close, I have a question, Olivier.
Oh, of course, ask.
Why are you here in hard class? This is the question.
Why I'm here in hard class? As you know, with the fall and the tragic circumstances of my mother, we are lacking in many things at the moment. We do have some skilled personnel, as you know, but we need more if we were to reassert the Von Wythalian dynasty and fulfill the holy duties that the title comes with.
I understand.
We've come to recruit a new Master of Arms.
And what had happened to your previous one?
He unfortunately perished in a journey in the warp.
That is unfortunate.
It is, but that is the simple nature of the warp.
Yes.
I must say, Lord Captain Salazar.
It's Cesar.
Lord Captain Cesar. I was initially worried when we were to meet. I knew of your family's reputation, but a reputation can be upended by a single man.
Yes.
But not only did you dispel any of my doubts or worries. You brought me excitement with the opportunity that we may actually work together for common goals.
It is not impossible. If you wish to seek things from my protectorate, I do not mind. However, I am not the only authority here. You will have to speak with the authority of whatever position you are seeking. If it is to replace your master-at-arms, I suspect you seek somebody from the guard, likely on my homeworld.
Yes, we do.
You will need then to speak with the Imperial Commander, Clara Kuzmina.
Of course.
Perhaps even my daughter, who is currently tutoring under her.
Is all well in the family?
As
Lord
of
Captain
now,
Salazar. I
she
wish I
is
could say the
doing
same.
well with her studies. And she is
Truly,
set to inherit the dynasty.
Truly, I wish I could say the same. My family members that remain, they forget their duty.
I'm sure they are few, and those that exist might not be good and proper.
They're nothing of the sort. However, I intend to live up to the Von Wythalian name.
That is the hope.
I hear that they are planets controlled by the archenemy nearby.
2 systems, Tavas and Kensei.
May I inquire about the situation? Or if you need any assistance, I'd be willing to offer.
The current goal is merely to hold them at bay. Once I have collected more forces, then I will push to conquer those worlds and cleanse them of their sins.
Well, when the time comes, I am more than willing to offer my assistance.
It would be appreciated, Olivier. Now, I believe both of us are very, very busy men. It would be best if we each went on our own way.
Yes. It was a pleasure to meet you.
You as
and
well.
Olivier would kind of like stand up and leave.
Yep. Alright, you all leave. And you return to your vessel.
Bear takes a plate of food with him. Or tries to.
Yeah, no. Nephinae's gonna get some person to slap that out of his hand. This is no place for leftovers.
So.
Bear just seems sad now.
Nephinae, please do not make a mess. No. To our gracious host, dining hall.
Shit, I forgot.
Oh, she doesn't do it, but she gets like one of her servants to like smack his arm. But the thing is, it's like one of her servants, so it's like just a small womanly smack on the arms and a disappointing look. So it doesn't like actually like throw any food anywhere, but
Just stay in still stance.
of course, Lord Captain.
And we'll return to the ship.
All right.
Bro, he should have definitely met Irene. We should have definitely invited Irene to that.
Dude, I don't want to imagine what would happen if I did. I'm sorry, Tony, but
No, you're all good.
you're not very photogenic to the religious culture.
Photogenic.
Photogenic.
I just imagine you like comparing him to like a pet, you know?
So, you head back to the ship. What do you all do?
Princess
Go back to my
Tower.
post and take a nap.
Lance, tell the Vox Master to send a Vox to the Imperial Commander. Inform him that we would like to recruit. Let me check real quick. Sorry, Colonel Yemen Makarov, and we'd like to, discuss things over dinner, and tell him he could bring as many people as he wants.
The Voxmaster just sort of agrees, and you guys set course for the planet so that you guys can meet. So, as you guys get closer to this planet after a few days, you all see this very cold-looking world, right? Obviously, there's the smog of the hives, but outside of that, the wastelands appear to be that of a tundra. Clearly, at one point, this world was merely likely a very frosty, icy world. And likely the ambient temperature, even within the hives, is cooler than one would expect, given their experiences on hive worlds.
Actually, wait, Siberia. Siberia would be better.
Will this meeting be down planet side or in the ship?
It'll be in the ship. We will offer transportation if you so wish, whether through the teleportarium or arc glider, or you can take his own. Actually, hold on. Then we can. Okay, we'll do it on planet, but we're gonna ask for a room for a proper, so we can set up and have a proper dinner.
Yeah.
From my chefs and whatnot.
Yeah. So, you set up this meal on the planet, and eventually you all go down via Arvis Lighter, right? Who are you taking with you for this meal?
Ooh. All right. So,
this is a few days later.
No, it's been a couple days. It's been a couple days. You could eat.
Gyros
is a given. 2 for 2 here. Come on.
Gyros is a given. Lance is a given. Well, Nephinae has the opportunity to, but is not required.
Nephinae will come.
I have to steer the ship, bro. I gotta parallel park that motherfucker while y'all eat.
Okay, so the Voidmaster can stay. And Bear will also come along. He's my personal guy.
Yes.
He kind of just goes everywhere with me at this point.
Am I on ship vacation still?
Yes, you are in the bridge with me.
Okay.
Oh no. All right.
They're playing a drinking game.
So, you go down planet side, and as expected, it's a little chilly. You guys are very high up in the hive spire, so it's especially cold. But luckily, you have the rights of being in the hive.
We have rights. So. We have rights. We have rights. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like most of masses.
Dude, yeah. And you guys go to this dining hall and sit down. You guys are seated first. A bit later, this woman, adorned in this officer's garb of the Valhallan Ice Warriors, enters And behind that, a very noble-looking woman, far younger, probably 22, 23 perhaps.
Okay.
In tow.
What's the name of the commander again?
The Imperial Commander is named Clara Kuzmina.
Clara. Okay, Clara Kuzmina.
Am I missing out on female interaction?
Yes.
2,
That's
actually.
unfortunate.
2 women.
Mighty unfortunate. Sleep is more prominent. Word captain, make sure to put in a good word for me. Be like, this guy, he's so good at driving. Like, yeah. He's alone up in the tower all day, so go up there and say hi.
Bridge, he's alone in the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not
Same
alone,
shit.
he's surrounded by people, but
That's how he feels.
feels alone, isolated, he's cold and cool. Yeah, no, when she enters, she gives a light bow, as does the other woman, the younger woman, and the lady speaks. It is pleasure.
It is indeed.
Is she getting made fun of for her accent? Yes.
Not me. This is out of character.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it is. It is pleasure. I am Clara Kuzmina, Imperial Commander of Data.
I am Lord Captain Olivier von Wythalian of the von Wythalian dynasty.
At my side is Her Ladyship. Her Ladyship Marat de Enguifidem. It is a pleasure, Lord Captain.
It's a pleasure. I've heard about you from your father over dinner.
Yes. He had sent word that you were likely coming way.
He's a pious man, a stunning example for what rogue traders should be.
Yes, I rather agree. They both sit.
And the 6-course meal comes out. Oh wait, Chris, do I have 6 courses or 7 courses as my usual?
You reduced it to 6 when you were in rough times.
We'll go 7. We'll go 7 courses, you know?
Alright.
We'll spare the expense.
So.
It's for business.
Yeah. So. You asked for Colonel Yemalayan Meskimov. Might I ask why?
We are in search of a new master at arms. Our recent one perished doing his duty in the warp during a warp journey.
Well, Colonel Meskimov is good at his job, very good. Good warrior. True Valhalla. Back when I was just general, he was one of my majors.
I've only heard good things about him.
I've never watched Arcane, so sorry.
Which
Continue.
is why I'm here.
And why would I offer you to him, or him to you?
Of course. Look, the basis, the foundations of trade is mutual benefit. We'll give something in return.
What do you offer?
That depends. Is there a certain type of service, resource, thing that you need?
It is always appreciated to have more more consistent delivery of food or
Oh.
weaponry
That most certainly can be arranged.
or materials from Corcaris. Even just guarding one of the many ships' transport on the route to Corcaris is appreciated. So take your pick. All are valuable to us.
Chris, where is Corgaris?
North.
Corcaris.
Yes, Corcaris.
Okay. Hmm. Personally, I am open to any of those prices. However, the one I can immediately deliver on would be assistance with assisting transport to Corcaris.
Back from Corcaris. Obviously, it is two-way, but it is back that matters most.
Of course.
Chaos likes to raid our vessels.
We are also experienced so far in traveling without the light of the Astronomicon.
You are lucky it is well-traveled route.
We recently established some new ones out in the expanse. So it will be easier than our usual travels so far, at least here.
It is good.
I've heard quite a bit about the Valhalla Ice Warriors. I'm a bit surprised to find them this far out.
They are very good at their job.
Of course. Otherwise, you wouldn't be so far out here. That goes for any good Imperial Guard force or regiment.
Yes.
The more skilled, the more traveled they are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the first course. Let us enjoy the meal.
Alright. So, you all enjoy the meal, and in the end, you come to the arrangement that you will organize transport to and from, Corcaris, right? Of one of their transports. And
Is it transport here in Harclass, or is it?
yeah, it'll start here. You'll help it travel and guide it, basically acting as protection to
Is this
Corcaris.
just a trade ship?
Yeah, it'll be a
Like-
transport like merchant ship, basically.
Okay.
And then on the return, you'll guard them.
I'm gonna inform when we get back. Inform the Void Master of all this.
All right. So, you all plan for this set path to Corcaris.
Is
So
this
this-
a navigation warp kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, you have the light of the Astronomicon for the first half.
Yay.
I would say it's more than the first half, based on the warp.
Yeah,
route,
but
yeah.
I mean for like this part of the journey, not the way back down.
Oh yeah, no. Good luck.
So, let's start from the get-go. Please roll me a navigation warp test to determine the length of the journey.
Modifiers?
None. Yeah, it should be a roughly 15-day journey. Now, let's try and locate the Astronomicon. We love
Awareness?
Yep.
Please, please, for the love of God,
Modifier?
Awareness.
actually find it.
Awareness plus 10. Ooh.
Whew.
0 degrees of success, so.
Hey, at least you found it, alright?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a success in my book at this point. We had to
Yeah, it
redefine.
says success.
Let me put it this way: we redefined what success meant in this situation.
It says it has a little green check mark. That means success.
Alright. Yep, you made it. Now, charting the course. I need a plus 10 perception test. Additionally, you get a... let me look at the rules. A plus 70 to that, so it's a plus 80 perception test. Yeah, no, you're good. You know the path that you need to take. And then
Let's
lastly,
go. We're driving.
for steering the vessel, you all are going to... You're going to give me a...
Navigate warp test.
Yeah, navigation warp test. Fuck.
Modified by the navigator's perception of the Astronomicon.
Which was a plus 0, so you don't get any bonuses. So, navigation warp. Did I close out of my handbook? I did not. Navigation warp. Plus 0, and then plus 70. Ten degrees of success. Well, you will get there in very short order. I think it's 1/4 time.
Yes. So 4 days, roughly. That's pretty good time.
Yeah.
Yep. And you make it there in 4 days. Transport ship is short behind, and you all arrive in Corcaris. You guide it over to this mining world, where it collects these resources. And as you guys are making way back out, just exiting out of the warp, a vessel, a raider class vessel.
Oh.
Okay, so one of the smaller ones.
Still as big as your ship.
We're a tiny bit bigger as a strike frigate.
Yeah, I think your ship is what, 1.8 kilometers?
Somewhere around that.
Yeah. And now, I would say we continue. However, our Void Master is left for the evening, so I'll leave it up to y'all.
The Void Master is kind of important for space combat.
Yes.
So I say we should
End?
probably call it here. Probably.
Yeah.
Do we all agree?
I'm okay with whatever.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Everybody get ready for space combat next session.
I
Space
apologize for
combat.
how long
Space
it took for the
combat.
recruitment interviews.
It happens.
It just has to be. That, you know. We had to get recruitment.
Yeah.
Chris, like, planned this out.
I mean, yeah. You're correct. Did we have fun?
Yeah,
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
I did.
That was interesting.
Alright.
I'm just happy that we had a things are being good. Things are looking kind of good, you know. We had a rocky
Things
start.
are looking on
you know,
up for us.
You know, we had a rocky start. All right, we had a rocky start.
Well, thank you all for coming. I will see you all in 2 weeks.